My father, he'd be telling us about the pits and all, and the great things they were doing down there. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a circus, an underground circus was down there.
Fan na géta blian in éireann bhí fosatha móra gúil faoin talamh I gceantar éagsúla sa tír. Ach níor buineach aon leasas gúil mar bhriosla go dtí lár an 710 nuair thosaigh muintear na Breataine á bhaint agus á dhéal.
Is léir nach raibh churamach ná tradiisiún I measc na éireannach maidir le gúil a úsáid agus comáile sin faoin am gur tháinig na Saasnig I réim agus mar sin ní a bhún éireachta cá ar an talamh agus ar na láir an rud a bhain linge is tóilm níos mó ná an bháin a bhaint amach. Faoin an smaoinemh an gúil a bhaint as an talamh buinte sin leis na Gaoilge nó leis na Saasnig a tháinig isteach agus an bhaint a bhí ag na Gael leis ná oibrúins na mínig agus an obair dhéanamh faoin talamh.
Bhí gúil le fáil go flúirseach I gcuid de chuig lein a gcónaí, agus híon gúil cheantar lein amach thar cuid de chúndaí líise agus tuaisceart chilchinnig. Ach ba inaice le baile beag, Caisleán an Homer, a bhí na miannig gúil ba bhó agus ba hehre le fáil. Faoi lár an 710, ba le muintear an tíorna Christopher Wansford an talamh seo, agus thosaigh siad san ag mianadóireacht ar bhain trochtála I 1636. De bhór nach raibh cleachta ar bith ag na héirnig ar bhí na dóireacht, thug muintear na Breataine a gcuid mianadóirí agus innealtóirí féin isteach, le go móinne díist an obair do na haibrithe áit túla agus chun na miannig a bhain istú.
My family came from Yorkshire back in the late 1700s. They came as 2 engineers to work in the mines. And that was the start off of the Wilson clan in this part of the country.
There was plenty of mines before the Wannisers came here, but there were only kind of holes in the field and all that. You look all around here, and if you ploughed the field, especially out around Money Row and all these places, the coal comes up to the ground, and you get in. I remember getting in the fields at home.
This was a great mining area. There was up to 4 and 5 mines within a radius of 15 miles. There was Rossmore, Kilgorey, Smiddix, Woolfield, Deerpark.
Os go léach an mianach I Barcinia sa bhliain 1924, an mianach is mó bheith I Caisleán an Homer. Faoin am sin bhí tradiisiún na mianadóireachta láidir I measc na Dáile á tiúla, agus ba bhinnic a lean mic a nachracha síos an gúlfáil. Melta ag an dain rúnda seo ina cha a nachracha a gcuid leitheanta, bheith na bóchailí óga ar bís go rachadís féin faoi halamh.
Bhí siad anmhórálach as an slíomhethe a bhí ag a nachracha agus na seanachracha rompu.
All belonged to me, worked in the mines. My father worked in it for over 60 years. I remember when I started myself, I was only 13 and a half when I left off school. We finished in July, and I wouldn't be 14 until October, and I was working in the pit. Thought I'd never get down in the mines.
Tá, tigil, we come. Tá, here, we noga.
Bhí fíormheogáin páistí ag dul raig go dtí an meánscoil ag an am sin. Bhí siad ag tanúla sin lá go mbeadh siad an áin airgid a hiile, agus a bheith fásta sús.
My father was arguing with the whole team not to go into it. And my other two brothers went away to England. And his sister, she went away to England. I was the only one stayed and went to the mines.
You walk down 375 yards, dropping a yard in a yard. You were going dropping a yard all the time until you were down 700 feet below the ground. You'd walk down a tunnel then, and that could be 2 miles long. And you wouldn't be walking as if you were out around the Discovery Park. You wouldn't be going, you'd be just going like that. And miners have a little short handstick, and they'd breast standing now and again. You could hear the older miners in particular and the wheezing.
Very dark, you couldn't see your hand, even to hold it up in front of your eyes. But we had carbide lamps. Some of the older miners still were using candles. You'd be surprised how much light a candle would show in a dark place.
Every morning at the mine you could see him arrive. He stood 6'6" and weighed 245, kind of broad at the shoulder and narrow at the hip. And everybody knew you didn't give no lip to Big John.
Aber fíor chrua a bhí I maint an ghóil agus daibrig na mianadóirí I gcoinéalacha a bhí fluch agus súrach ar laiad 8 nuairich le gach lá. Bainach an ghóil ag úsáid Pleascán, Garthirí Gúil, Picóidí agus Slósaid, agus haring tramanna beaga an ghóil amachas an mianach. Daimrig na mianadóirí go crua mar go bhra a bá bheachan an ghóil a bhí buinte go.
There was a night shift in a move in at 11 o'clock at night. To cut the coal face of 130 yards. X amount of men arrive in the next morning and they'll fall in and take that coal out.
Viidir na lí in áit cúpla slap éirde ag buinte amach an gúil agus bhí sé có crua sin. Is dachar smaoine bhar.
Céigearcha mianadóirí Castlecomer an Chomer a gcuid leitheanta faoi halamh. Bhí nasc táchtach I gcónaí ag a gcuid ibre le himachtaí náisiúnta agus idirnáisiúnta os cionn talamh. Nuair a bhris an chiad chug a damda amach tháinig méadú áil mhór ar an éileamh a bhí ar ghúil agus in 1940 mar chuid de reachtaíocht nua an tacht chosint na riachta, tógach iarnróid éadrama a cheangal miannig gúil na héireann agus na bretainine leis na príomh iarnróid.
Bhí na míní gúil táhachtach mar gan arbhas mar hampla na longa mór a cálaigh a bhí ag na Bratainnig ag an am agus Britain ruled the waves. Bhí éileamh anna bhór ar gúil le ní sinna chuináil ar bun leis na monarchan chumá. Na cogig fúra ag an amson the buógéad mar a dearfa on the home front. Bhí arda an tiúnscail orbit ní éad faoi ein choristeach a bheith ann agus ábhrí sin bhí cóchta lehanna go maidir le agrú na míonaí gach go háire agus an tiúnscail éireann mar dá gcuirfíoisteach ar a son chuirfíoisteach ar an taramú.
Is a burning thing.
Faoi dhearan na 1950 bhí roinnt trénacha lán le gúil ag fágáil Parcaní gach lá, agus daibrig na mianadóirí ó dhomh go dubh. Is beag fearr as an áit nach raibh fostathas na mianaig, agus bhí pá na mianadóirí ríthóchtach den chéile ar áitiúil le gcónaí.
As far as I know, the Castlecomer area, this valley, was payout next to Guinness's. It was the second biggest payout in the country. There was 500 direct employees when I started. plus the coil carters, which is the carmen we call them, drawing the coal, and an awful lot of people got money out of it.
Bhí na sipadóirí anna gnách ar fad. Bhí timpeall 10 tígtarna. Bhí 5 sipaédi, agus sipi Groséire bhí lán a cóhán, agus bhí siad ag bra ar na mínadóirí, chun an tairigh a cahabh, agus a chaisí dé.
Duréir mar a bhí baile Castlecomer agus na bailte thar timpeall ag baint tairmheh as an bhíonadóireacht. Crochaigh na míonadóirí pobl daingan dagaid féin sa ghúlfáil. Ach bhí níos mó na cardas sosialta gceist le sin. Agus iad a gobar 8 faoin talamh le contúirte a háit, bhíoch na fear ag brag a thomláin ar a chéile ó hebh na sábháiteachta de.
There'd be fierce jealousy of Monroe and Comer. But down in the mines, there was none of that at all. The camaraderie and the work and the wit all came first. And the main object was miners looking after one another. You had to do that down in the mines. You were so far underground. With just a slight mistake and it could be your last.
Chur na mínadóirí suas íomhard an bhaid an bhire ar an móthar hús go dtí an tláán. Agus Sara chuig siad síos, de bhain siad na capíní agus dúirt siad padar.
They relied upon her going down in the depths of the earth. She was their health and safety down there.
Ó doscail míonach parciní sa bhliain 1924, maríoch 3 agus gortaíoch rointfa eile go donna. Tá bhaich míonadóir bás chur fí stopleis an obair sa bhíonach, agus hasan pobl ar fad le chéile faoi bhrán.
Dúirt me bharthair lom gur chuoin léithí sucrad mínadóra. Bhí an cosisian amárah ag dul síos na sráide. Agus na mínadóirí de chaisiad na bróga móra agus na tarnaí ionta. Agus ní raibh futhram le cloisteáil ach clag na bróga na mínadóirí.
Cé gur aimrig na míonadóirí amrochamas agus an áireachad as sa rinne seachtaine, nuair tháinig í hiad a híine bheadh siad nite agus réitethe agus iad mo ag siamsaíocht a bobanna agus a halaí dása Castlecomer agus mónaíon ró. Is na céad a fear óg an áid chobeag leis, bhíad na míonadóirí a chur splanc faoi héal sosialta an cheantar.
They all went out and enjoyed themselves. And the miners always had a good life. They made it good for themselves. They worked hard and they earned the money hard. And they spent it.
The miners believed in cooling their thirst, which was the pub, every evening nearly. They got a few drinks going home. They say it used to clear their chest.
Bhí siad léas de sús, clo édaí agus fuiltín puinteáilte sna brístíocha, léna bán agus an grúig snásta le holle. Agus bhí siad andahúil ar fad.
I remember going to the dances in Monroe and you'd let your eyes be all black eared to let everyone know you were a miner, and the bats key down in your breast pocket. When you were dirt under your nails, you couldn't get it off of yourself.
Gach bhliain gún na mínig ar feadh 2 I mílúnasa agus deicfáin na mínadóirí agus iad léas de sús ag siúil timpeall an bhaile. Ní anófá iad, bhí siad cosnasta sin.
Faoin am ar bhris an dara cogadánda amach, bhí míonaigh Castlecomer ag sláthar gúil do thiúnscail ar fud na tíre ón na monach an siúcra I gceatharlach in aice láimhe go dtí air sement I limnach. Bhí gúil ard chaideán ag tastáil go géir le riachtan is broslan na tíre a hásamh. Is na fér a gaibrú níos crua mar jaall an éileh mór, bhí ceannarí ceart chumann na mianadóirí ag trid le conialacha agus pá cóir a bhaint amach don na mianadóirí.
The miners start looking for a few pence a week of rise because the coal that they couldn't keep it up out of the pit. They were loading maybe 12 and 1400 boxes of coal every day, and there was lorries here and cars waiting for it to take it away. But the miners were getting nothing for it. So they decided to stay down in the mines, and to stay down from Sunday to Sunday, when you would think of it. And the rats were talking to them, and they used to have they got straw from the farmers, and they'd lie down in beds made of bits of timber and straw. And so a lot of the lads were struck down with TB, you know, and the strike was called up, and sure they got a few pence of a rise. Sure we thought it was a glorious triumph. Well, it had to be done.
Tá sé simúil stoim an Tráid bhaile an baile beag seo I lár chundé Kilchuinnig, ceannas na cúndéithe is méthe ó héamh na ferrimóireachta gur an sais Ileán seo de cheart cumanachas agus de proletariat mar a deir siad I lár an chundé san. Rud der mar hála nar hála an dói chéine ina rignach. Viidir nós aibrethe tionscalíochta a Jófá I Maile Mór nó gahar Abermist I Yorkshire nó I Lancashire.
But there was one strike that happened in 1949 and 1950 that took place. It happened, and the strike was going on for 11 months. Imagine 11 months, you know, and then no work. That time there was no strike pay.
Is cuinnam na mabáthir a caintear na stalcanna, agus na maná ag géirig an Béachar an mór, agus na sipadóirí Gaslan an Cumar bhí cuideachó anna bha, agus anna chorthach den na maná sin, agus de thug siad an Béadóibh, agus bhíosachó go níochach na maná an bille nuair a bhí an stalcart, agus díoch siad.
They made big changes then in through negotiations, which brought debates, which brought improvements in the pit.
This was a sensation when the bats opened. Miners going around, they were clean as you could come up and you'd be half dead and go in under boiling hot spray and you should bring no life back to you again.
Cégur bhain na mianadóirí an leasas na folcadáin a thug deisdóibh iad héine ní sal na nachas siad a bhaile, hí na maná céile fós ag strachailt, a ggéire a gcuid éadaigh miana go ní, nó nach a bheith an trocht ar bheisi níochána go nám. Ach roigh maná céile na mianadóirí a bobbal beag féin, ag taú le na chéile chomáilis na fir.
Bhí sé lena cruaig na maná, mar ins na coigadí agus na seascadaí ní raibh inil ní a cánaco, agus bhí ortha na héadaí ón mianach a ní, nó a rimó sa níthe, agus bhí an fearatí agus beidir cethar nó cuigar mach ag obair sa bhéanach ag an am géine.
The women used to hang them up, they had nails hammered into the chimney, up in the chimney breast, drying the clothes. And the clothes would stand up like this in the yard in the day, and they used to bang them again the gable into the house. The boys would put them on the next morning again. You know, that's the way it was.
Agus bhí ortha an lón a olivú, das na fir. Bhí an cócrach le déanamh, an níocháin le déanamh. Agus, you know, níor chuimhní go lán daoine ar obair na maná.
Bhí an chumrádaíocht láidir idir heilig na mianadóirí le bra I bobbal Chaslan an Chomer freisin, agus chuir na mianadóirí go mór le saoil an phobal I gcónaí.
Bhí sprid phobal anmhór idir na mianadóirí. Gach seachtain winnog roint airigid as an boy chun an takeíocht a thuairt an ospidéal. Tógog hala mónin rua agus sépéal mónin rua leis na Jonachán a thug na mianadóirí. Agus bhí siad an lách nuair a bhí gá leis, bhí siad flathúil.
Bhí fuair pelle anmha in san réileard, mónin ró. Bhí anna chlóirtha, dimir siad imánaíocht, agus the rénál siad na daoine óga. So bhí siad buint cóla gachrod sa bharáiste.
Faoi hús na seascadaí thosaigh deacrachtaí a mianaigh Páirc Uí. Cegur neart gúil fós ar fáil, bhí sé gairí a bhad níos costaí a bhaint, agus bhí ola á úsáid níos minicí ná gúlanis i gcóirí túnscalaocha. Agus an dáhan a gahrú, bhí inal díosal inis take isteach in áit na hinal gaile a bhain úsáid as gúil, agus bhí tauchaí Páirc Uí a gairí níos éiginnte gach lá.
Bín an ré a bhí an nuair a bhí an ola an sir ar fad. Bhí na Harbuig an, bhí bora mór dianta ar háirgan na hola an aráib háideach agus ó hira eile sa bhean airthar. Bhí sé gairí níos sire beginnerálta ola úsáid seachas an gúil. Ach ag an nám chéanna bhí na costaí ag gairí i Gasláán an Chomer. So the rinneach sais táthú an dáhéamh an bhiontar.
In Erin na Dála, bhí an gúil ráda an bank chun a thucail deach. Ní rá sé ach na mór.
Inig breis is caige blian mar ostóir agus é grí lár an trí le Gasláán an Chomer, dúnach mianach Páirc Uí sa bhliain 1969. Leis an mianach is mó sa geantar dúnta, bhí deire táceile 300 blian de bhionadóireacht i Gasláán an Chomer. Go toban, bhí níos mó ná 800 daoine díostathe, agus bhí an baile bríomhar inis sin áit lán de friúil.
An trácht ar na báire, bhí sé imche, bhí sé cociún sin. Ní raibh na mínadóirí ag dul bhaile, ag maníthe, ní chasing leo ag dul scoil ar maidin, agus bhí sort scamal, bhí sé cociún sin, bhí ahrú mór ar night.
And then we had to go out and look for work, and we didn't realise at the time that we were able for some of these other jobs, like the building sites, just because we never done it before. But it worked out all right. There was older miners now and they didn't go look for work even, because they were better working.
An dúchad pointe go mbeadh sé ach na móil de rinne éigen, de fiontraí éigen, chun isteach arás i Gasláán an Chomer agus cibé 1,000 tonna down a bhaint amach as. Beidir go mbeadh sé am éigen amach sa tauchaí.
There's an awful lot of miners still alive, connected, and that keeps it going. There's a lot of the younger crowd, and they wouldn't know what we were talking about.
Someone said to me, why did they do it? But sure, somebody has to do it. It's the very same as someone piloting a plane. Someone has to do that as well. Someone has to drive a train. Someone has to drive the lorry. Someone has to work the farm. Someone has to get out the coal, and that was us.